Stop for a moment. Look around you. Every handshake, every favor, every kind word you've ever offered has been building an image that the world quietly weighs, judges, and often exploits. You've been taught that goodness is safe, that generosity protects you, that kindness earns respect. And yet, here you are, still feeling drained, overlooked, or even betrayed. Why? Because being good, in a world fueled by strategy, ambition, and survival, comes with a hidden cost, one that Niccolo Machiavelli understood centuries ago. The world does not reward your warmth. It tests it, it bends it, and it often turns it into weakness. Today, you will learn the shocking truth about why being good can destroy you, and how to transform that goodness into a weapon of influence, control, and real power. Goodness as exposure. Think about the kindest person you know. Now ask yourself, are they respected or merely relied upon? When you give too freely, when your heart always leads your actions, the world starts to see your predictability. People know you won't fight back. They know you won't refuse. They know they can push boundaries because you rarely do. Your generosity signals vulnerability, and vulnerability in this world is a magnet for exploitation. You become the colleague who always covers for others, the friend who always pays, the partner who always sacrifices. At first, it feels noble. At first, it feels good. But slowly, imperceptibly, your kindness becomes a liability. Leaders are not remembered for being liked. They are remembered for being feared, respected, or strategically admired. Machiavelli's warning is clear. The lion and the fox are both necessary. You cannot survive solely as a sheep, no matter how virtuous you feel. To protect yourself, you must learn to mask your weakness, to control who sees your gentleness, and to cultivate an edge beneath the softness. The generosity trap. Here's a bitter truth. The more you give, the less they value it. Generosity, unchecked, breeds dependency and entitlement. When you help someone once, they are grateful. Twice, still thankful. 10 times, they begin to assume. Suddenly, the moment you hesitate or say no, you are selfish, unkind, even cruel in their eyes. History is full of this pattern. Parents, friends, leaders, all consumed by the very good they tried to pour into the world. Hedonic adaptation, a psychological phenomenon, ensures that humans take repeated kindness for granted. What was once exceptional becomes ordinary, and your one act of refusal stands out hauntingly. Machiavelli understood this principle centuries ago. Scarcity creates value. The fewer your favors, the more impact they carry. The constant outpouring of your energy makes it invisible. To survive, to be respected, you must be selective in your generosity, strategic in your help, and deliberate in your timing. The mask of virtue. Society worships appearances, not reality. People judge the mask, not the man behind it. To navigate the human labyrinth, you must learn this cold truth. Your virtue must be visible, your strategy invisible. Show mercy when it serves, strength when it counts, and kindness only where it yields influence. This is not deception, it is survival. Think of leaders who reshaped history. They smiled publicly, made difficult decisions privately, and always understood that perception shapes reality. The doctor cutting you open to save your life is not cruel, though it causes pain. So too, real leaders understand that the truest goodness often requires looking ruthless. Your mask of virtue, carefully worn, allows you to guide outcomes while preserving your power. When you show teeth to enemies and warmth to allies, you command respect and maintain control. The economics of power. Every favor, every act of goodwill carries a hidden cost. Time, energy, resources, finite commodities are depleted when you give too freely. Most people never calculate this cost. They surrender everything and wonder why they feel hollow, resentful, or exploited. The lesson is simple yet overlooked. You cannot help others effectively if you are depleted yourself. Airplanes instruct passengers to secure their oxygen mask first. Life demands the same principle. Exhaust yourself for others, and you become incapable of real impact. Machiavelli's insight remains vital. To command others, you must first command yourself. Guard your resources, defend your energy, and be ruthlessly selective in where your efforts flow. This is not selfishness, it is strategic self-preservation, the foundation of sustainable power. Strategic use of virtue. Being good is not the same as being weak. Virtue, when wielded intentionally, becomes your greatest weapon. A sword unused protects no one, but a sword in skillful hands at the right moment can save a kingdom. Your acts of kindness, mercy, and generosity must operate the same way. Help selectively, say yes purposefully, and make your contributions rare enough to carry weight. Martin Luther King confronted injustice with unwavering resolve. Mother Teresa focused her care on the most desperate. Neither sought universal approval, yet both achieved immeasurable impact. Your strategic goodness transforms generosity into influence, kindness into authority, and mercy into respect. The act itself becomes potent when aligned with your goals, scarce enough to be remembered, and directed to those who truly matter. The illusion of gratitude. Here is the cruelest of truths. Gratitude fades. People adapt, adjust, and eventually take your goodness for granted. Repeated favors become obligations. Extraordinary generosity becomes baseline expectation. You are no longer celebrated, you are relied upon. Set boundaries. Suddenly you are selfish, unkind, even cruel in their eyes. Machiavelli warned that men judge more by what they see than by what they feel. Your past kindness disappears in their memory, leaving only your present actions under scrutiny. The psychological reality is clear. Repeated benevolence erodes its own value. To preserve the power of your goodness, you must create scarcity, enforce boundaries, and cultivate respect through selectivity. Only then does kindness regain its strategic potency. Results over intentions, or climactic reflection. The world does not remember what you meant, it remembers what you achieved. Intentions, however pure, are meaningless without outcomes. History immortalizes effectiveness, not niceness. The parent who disciplines, the teacher who challenges, the leader who demands excellence. They are remembered not for temporary comfort, but for enduring impact. Real goodness is measured by results. It requires courage, prioritization, and the willingness to appear harsh when necessary. Machiavelli's lesson resonates. Strength allows you to exercise goodness meaningfully. Weakness ensures your generosity is wasted, your intentions ignored, your influence nullified. Those who master strategic goodness are neither cruel nor blind. They are powerful enough to choose when and where their virtue matters most. Legacy is not built by endless kindness. It is forged by intentional, measured, and effective action. Closing reflection. Your goodness is not a flaw. It is your greatest weapon, if wielded with strategy, discretion, and power. Protect your resources, master your intentions, and focus on results over appearances. Be selective, be intentional, and transform kindness into influence. In a world full of wolves, do not be a sheep. Be the shepherd. Lead wisely, protect strategically, and remember, strength first, goodness second, because only the strong can afford to be truly good. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I master strategic goodness.